Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. How's it going, guys? Taking a look at the Blues today. As I've mentioned on a couple of videos already, just a bit of a scheduled one this video. I'm on holidays at the moment, so I'll either be in Airlie Beach or some club somewhere, or maybe down at Apollo Bay. I'm not really sure, but let's see where all the schedules land. But yeah, just wanted to keep the content flowing, even though I'll be away for about 10 or so days, and been rolling through the previews, so thanks for all your comments around those. Just running those alphabetical order, so if you are waiting for your club, that'll give you a rough idea when they're coming. But yeah, it's been a bit of a busy day, sort of packing and getting these videos sorted and just doing bits and pieces. I've been trying to set up a few things in my room, clean the room out. I had an absolute battle with one of those self-assemble Kmart shelf things, man. On the box it says easy to assemble. Jesus, look, being a tradesperson isn't one of Shorty's strong suits. That's pretty well noted, but at one stage I pegged the little Allen key straight to the fucking wall. I was like, this is really pissing me off. But anyway, it's over there. It looks quite nice. Bit of extra storage for Shorty. Looks better than me throwing my clothes on the ground. So anyway, let's take a look at the Blues, shall we? And if I do miss anyone, I would really like to hear your thoughts on a few players. And I'm not really mentioning some of the out-and-out obvious ones. I'm not talking about Nick Newman or, I don't know if people still love Paddy Cripps. He's sort of not really one that gets spoken about as much anymore, is he? But Zack Williams certainly is one. He's at a beautiful price. I think it's about $216K, and one of my faves. He was a big favourite of mine. I was all over him when he came to Carlton. I was pumping him right up, thought he was at a good price, and he really had a shocking start to his career as a Blue. And if you look at that, he's had some serious concerns just getting out on the park, hasn't he? He really did struggle, and I think that round one he missed maybe through suspension, and they tried to play him in the midfield, and look, he started with 10 clearances, but 7 clangers. I think I was such a believer in Williams at the time that I actually kept him through that suspension. I was just dead set on him being a keeper, and look at that, it was a disaster. So one that didn't quite go to plan, but this year you simply have to have him. On paper, it's been a while since he's averaged good numbers. Really, we're going back to 2019. But him at his best, fully fit, is a very, very good option. A really offensive runner out of the back line. Gone are the days we're going to try him as a midfielder because the Blues are excelling in that now. But they will be finding it tough to get a fair bit of footy down back too, because you got Newman, you got Doherty, you'll have Sard back there as well. So there are quite a few players that do like to find a bit of footy down back. He'll be fighting for that. But nonetheless, that price makes him a simple no-brainer. So if he does get through pre-season with no concerns, lock him into your team. Sam Walsh, he's my M5 at the moment, and I'm a big, big fan of him. He's just so consistent. When you're watching a SuperCoach player, you're watching a guy who's in your side. Some players are a bit more stressful to watch than others. You just get that nagging feeling that they're floating out of the game or going to turn the footy over. Walsh is the opposite to that. He's such an easy watch. He's just so consistent. Okay, a bit of a knock on him was that he doesn't hurt you. He doesn't take on too many risky kicks. Fair enough, and maybe that's what held him back at times for being super damaging. But he's so damn consistent with just winning the ball, handing it off, playing the percentage, and he rarely goes poorly. 72 was his lowest in amongst a whole heap of hundreds, and then he went nuts in the finals. And this is the big thing for me. If there was any criticism of him not impacting games, well, that changed through the finals. He dominated. I was just looking here. What did he do so special here? 14 touches and he turned up. What the hell did he do so well there? Interesting. So basically with sort of a bit of an interrupted season, he did miss chunks of footy at times and was a delayed start to the year. I just feel like he's not quite priced where he should be. See him at an average of 103 when clearly for me he's 110 plus. So he's at 576K. Look, I think he's a must. I think if you can get a guy under 600K that's going to spend most of the year over 600K because he'll average 110, then lock him in. And if he continues his finals form or anything close to it, then we could be looking more like that 117 average. So that could be something to really spice things up. So big Sam Walsh fan. Would love to know if he's in your team at the moment, because I'm certainly red hot keen to start him in 2024. Just finally, I've got Elijah Hollands, who has come across from the Suns and probably started making headlines for all the wrong reasons across moving clubs with a few brushes with the law, but can certainly play. You know, a top 10 pick 7 back in the day, and he's just been on that radar for us as a guy that we just feel can play some serious footy if given the opportunity. Now, obviously hasn't played much footy at all. Some of that has been because of injury and also just opportunity. But I feel like there was a game or two, 23 touches, couple of goals. Even the 20 touches there, didn't correlate to SuperCoach. Wonder what his contested pill rate was like. So look, you just look at that and you go, he's winning at times 50% of his ball in a contest. And there's just the little things that I like to keep an eye on for a guy moving clubs. And the fact that he's clearly got talent. He was a top 10er, moves for opportunity. I don't think he's going to get it though. So that's the thing. He is at an awkward price as is. I think it's 270 something, or it's in that range, but not one for me because I just don't see him getting the opportunities. And you've got Cripps, you've got Walsh, you've got Hewitt in there, you've got Kennedy, Chera. They're 5 guys just off the top of my head. And who knows who else they could add in there. Doherty sometimes spends time in there as well. I don't see how he's making his way into the team. Well, he might make his way into the team, but into the midfield? No way. I think he'd probably start his journey as a blue on a half-forward flank with maybe stints in there. So it's not going to be ideal for him early, but I reckon he could be one down the track for us. He seems like a good inside player, and depending what position he comes under or the price point we find him down the track, he might be a guy we have in our teams. But at this stage, I don't think so. And I'm not even sure if he's been popular or not. I've seen a couple of people talk about him, so I thought I would just add him into the discussion. But that was all I had from a Blues point of view. I know Jackson Binns, youngster, they rate him a lot. I wonder if he can break in. I think he's 123K. But yeah, otherwise it was not stacks from a Blues point of view. So yeah, like I said, if you reckon there's someone that we should be talking about that I didn't, chuck it below in the comments. But I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll have a video out in the next few days. And check out the TikTok if you'd like as well. There's a few videos floating around there too. So yeah, cheers. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.